Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know who I am, my name is Shook. I make NBA DFS content as always. I make updates with all the videos over on a subreddit. I'll have it linked down below. If you ever need to get a hold of me privately, you can get a hold of me on Twitter right here. And if you're looking for more in-depth content, I'll have my Discord linked down below. Let me just make sure no questions came in. Yeah, alright, let's go over my lineup from yesterday. Getting this video done before the NBA slate starts. I don't know why it's an 8 o'clock lock, so I'll just get it done now, I suppose. Uh, yeah, so this was my lineup from yesterday. I told you guys in the video you want to be on LaMelo Ball before the field is, when he's off his limit. He actually was on pace to play a little. No. That was Gillespie. That got cut down in the first half because Goodwin was cooking. But yeah, I think you still want to take shots on LaMelo Ball at low ownership until his minutes limit goes up. I did there. Had a really good first half, kind of tucked away in the second half. There was a little bit of both. I forget. And then yeah, it was Gillespie who only played 29 minutes because Goodwin was cooking in the first half, so they just kept Goodwin out there. Vic Krejci, straightforward once he was starting. I played Zion Williamson once he was in the starting lineup. That worked out massively. Basically, the only reason I cashed. Cat, I hate this dude. Just hate him. Jamal, he got pulled with 6 minutes left to go in the fourth. Then Risher, Ace and Newell was what I played there. So yeah, that's it. Made a little bit of money yesterday. My other lineup with Jokic, bubbled. It bubbled. So that was fun. All right, yeah, little 5 game slates. So let's just hop right in. And this is a game that we're definitely going to need to get into for tomorrow. So I would expect Zion Williamson to stay in the starting lineup here in a great spot going up against Chicago. I think he looks fantastic at 7.1K. Now, if he's going to remain on the 29-minute limit, he's not going to be a must, and I'm assuming he's going to be really popular tomorrow. So, like, not a must, but a really good play, but a little bit worried about ownership. But great play, in my opinion, now, night before talking about the slate without ownership projections. Absolutely love him at 7.1K. Sadiq Bey was in a really good spot yesterday. He was in a much better spot yesterday. Still a good spot for him. Minutes are going to be massive. It's like, might go a little bit over owned due to last slate, but he's playable. The guy I really like here is Jordan Poole at $5,000. Pell's a little bit thinner, right? No Herb Jones. Um, they're closing with Poole a lot of nights over Fears. So like I think that's going to continue here. And the coach has been harping on him to take more shots, shoot more threes, right? That's why you've seen his volume be really high when he came back. Like you're getting like 15 plus shot attempts from him. So I really like Jordan Poole for value. Unfortunately, he's probably going to be popular tomorrow. What else do we have here? Trey's fine at 6.8K. I'd rather just spend up for like a Zion Williamson. Fears I don't love. I'd rather just play Jordan Poole. I'm not going to get to anyone else off of the bench. So, recapping that, love Zion. Trey's playable. Queen's playable. Bay's a good play. Love Jordan Poole. I don't think I'm going to mess with the bench here. All right, value galore here with Chicago. Josh Giddey out, Kobe White out, Zach Collins going to remain out. And with all the injuries, they started Jalen Smith in the second half. And they've been playing Jalen Smith alongside Nikola Vucevic quite a bit of late. They've been going with that double big. I don't know if you need to play that up against the Pels, so we'll see. But regardless, I think you have to play these guys with no Josh Giddey, Kobe White. I would assume it looks amazing at 5.1K. Absolutely love him. We know his role really ticks up when the Chicago guys are out. Plays big minutes as well, so I absolutely love him. I think Vooch is great. I think he is going to have to play a ton in this game in an amazing matchup, so I love him. Jalen Smith, I think, is great at 4.7K. Really good point per minute guy. They're gonna be forced to play a bit more double big, I would assume. They could go smaller up against the Pels a little bit. Also, keep an eye on the starting line, but really good play. Matas Vuzelis, minutes going to be a bit more secure. Really good value. What else do we have here? Trey Jones, pretty solid at 4.5. Kevin Huerter's decent at 4.3. I don't think I'm going to get into a Coro. But yeah, you are going to need these guys. This team looks incredible. Love everyone. My favorite plays here are definitely Vooch, Ayo Dosunmu, Jalen Matas and Trey. Those would be my favorite plays. All right, let's move on to the Knicks. So Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet going to remain out for this one. This is a really tough spot going up against Wemby. So like Cat at 9.2K, I think there's other spend ups I'd rather target, or like full mid range builds. He's probably going to be popular tomorrow. Like going up against Wemby is not something I want to play at ownership, but you can't deny his rates without Mitchell Robinson and playing most of his minutes at the 5 are just absolutely elite. So 9.2K with no Mitchell Robinson playing all 5 minutes is just too cheap. So he's a good play. A little bit worried about the matchup. Brunson, same thing at 9.4K. I think I prefer Cat, even in a worse spot, but both really good spend ups. No Josh Hart. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges are going to be locked in for massive, massive minutes. I don't think either one of them have like mega ceilings to absolutely murder you if you fade at their price points. So if they're owned tomorrow, I'll probably be underweight. They're like at these price points, you need like 45 plus, like close to 50, and that's not going to happen more often than not. What else do we have here? Miles McBride in his first game back, played 18 minutes. He's playable at 4.4. We have so much better value than one like Chicago. I like Jordan Poole more. Denver, we have so like it's hard to get there for me. I'm not going to get to like Clarkson, Kolek, those guys. All right, moving on to San Antonio. Devin Vassell is listed as out, and Castle is also listed as questionable. Wemby has remained in the starting lineup. Should expect high 20s minutes here. Oh man, this is a great spot for Wemby. I actually like him in GPPs. Now, I don't think you're going to get an uptick in minutes like we could get with like LaMelo and Zion. I think they're pretty content playing him like 28, 27, 28, 29 minutes. But 9.9K on a slate that doesn't really have a ton of spend ups, and he's like similar price point to Karl-Anthony Towns. He could absolutely outscore Cat in 28, 29 minutes in a great matchup. So I kind of like Wemby if he's not going to be owned tomorrow. If Castle is in, I think he's fine. It's a great spot for him. You know, Knicks, great spot for like spot up shooters and stuff like that. So like, what else? Like Keldon's in a good spot. Champagne's in a good spot. Harrison Barnes is in a good spot. But like I said, we have Denver value. We have Chicago value. Maybe some plays that you'll throw in like your large field GPP pool. Like if Castle's out, then I think like they're better. Like Champagne would be pretty good. Dylan Harper would be pretty solid at 5.2K. Fox will have a bigger role, but like he's been up and down. Wemby's still going to dominate the usage here, but we would have more value if that's the case if Castle's out. Champagne would probably be the best. Barnes, Champagne, Keldon in the best spots here. So yeah, I would like that trio, but they wouldn't be better in Chicago and Denver value for sure. And then here we go here. Denver, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, Christian Braun out. They are thin. We have to talk about Jonas Valanciunas at 5.5K. I would assume he starts here. Hopefully they don't troll and go with like the poopers down here. Like we saw, what was it, Deron Holmes get some minutes, whereas he at the start of the fourth and then played blowout. Zeke Naji, they could always go to, just like if Jonas starts, he's a piss nuke. Even off the bench, you could play him. No Jokic, like Jamal Murray's probably the best spend up on the slate. Just be careful here. Darko loves to double the number one option. So like they're probably going to send bodies at Jamal Murray. With no Jokic, no Aaron Gordon, no Cam Johnson. Like look who you're playing with. You're playing with Spencer Jones, Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson, right? Just take Jamal Murray out of the game. So I'm not going to say Jamal Murray is going to be an absolute must tomorrow because I think that he just gets doubled to piss. Darko's already notorious for doing that. And then now without Nikola Jokic, I think you just send a ton of bodies at Jamal Murray. Still a great play, though. Absolutely love him. Peyton Watson's role gets much larger. These guys are going to play huge minutes, too. Good point per dollar play there. Like I said, Jonas looks great. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a good play, especially if they're going to like double Jamal Murray. These spot-up guys are going to have good matchups like Tim, Spencer Jones, so I don't mind them. Bruce Brown's probably going to have to play a ton. He's playable. And then Zeke Naji at the flat min price. All right, let's go to Toronto here. They're basically fully healthy outside of Yaka. Pirtle, RJ Barrett sat the last game, I believe it was because of back-to-back. He's back, though. It'll be interesting to see, like, do we get Scotty Barnes back at the 5 here? And if we do get Scotty Barnes back at the 5 here, I think he's an amazing play. Rates at the 5 compared to anything else are just elite. So would love Scotty Barnes if he starts at the 5 here. If he's starting at the 4 and they go like Sandro in the starting lineup, which I don't think would make a ton of sense, right? What, Barnes, Ingham, quickly, RJ Barrett. Who did they go to in that one game? Hold on, the 12-28. My memory is not jogging correctly right now. What was it? Oh, OJ Abaji, Scotty Barnes, Brendan Ingham, Emmanuel quickly, RJ Barrett. So just keep an eye on it. If Barnes starts at the 5, I absolutely love him. If he starts anywhere else, I still think he's a good play. He's my favorite Toronto play for tomorrow. Quickly had a bad game in a great spot last game. Only 17 fantasy points, shot 2 of 12. Good bounce back spot for him. Don't mind that. But with RJ Barrett back, it's like, does take a bit of usage. RJ Barrett, 24 minutes in his first game back. Hard to get there. I would suspect he's going to remain on a limit. Just kills everyone. Scotty Barnes would definitely be the best play here and would love him if he starts at the 5. If he starts at the 5, I'm not going to play Colin Murray Boyles. Not going to play Sandro. Not going to get to OJ Abaji if he starts. Just can't do it on this type of slate. All right, let's move on to the Washington side of things. Did they play Milwaukee? I thought they played Milwaukee. Guess they haven't recently. Keyshawn George out, Corey Kispert out. Starters should be, I would assume it's going to be Sarr, C.J. McCollum, Bilal Coulibaly, Chris Middleton, and Trey Johnson would be my guess for the starters. So let's start with Sarr. Still going to remain on a limit around that 25-ish minutes limit, so another pretty tough click for me at this price point, but he could nuke it in that time. We saw 2 games ago where we went for 48 fantasy points. That was a great matchup, though. With Keyshawn out, C.J. McCollum's going to pick up a lot more usage. I actually do like him quite a bit. Good spot here going up against the Bucks. Miles Turner, I believe, plays a decent amount of drop. So C.J. McCollum, I think, is pretty good. Bilal Coulibaly has just been incredible. I think he's going to be somewhat popular tomorrow. No issue there. Much prefer him to like Chris Middleton, Bub Carrington, Justin Champagnie. And then, yeah, Trey Johnson, still on a limit, but she'll play around 25 minutes. Man, his usage has been great. Been taking 10-plus shots. Good point per minute guy at 4.2K. He's definitely one of the values I do like outside of like Chicago, Denver, and possibly the Spurs. All right, let's move on to the Bucks, and this is a great spot. It just sucks because Giannis is on a limit, so like, and it kills everyone else. Everyone else is priced up, so like, not something. If any of these guys are owned, not something I want to do. Like, you can't play Giannis Antetokounmpo at 10.9K, only playing 25 minutes. Sure, could he go for 50 in that time? Sure, I'm just not going to make that bet. Kevin Porter Jr. loses a lot of usage with Giannis Antetokounmpo back, but it's a great spot. Still priced up. If you want to pay up to be contrarian because no one's going to play him in a great spot, sure, go for it. Only in large field GPPs for me. Miles Turner, I think, is the guy at 5.1K that I'm most interested in on this team, even with Giannis Antetokounmpo back. And I do want to note Bobby Portis, even with Giannis on the limit, is probably still going to play like 25 minutes. But once again, the price point, it's like he's going to project like okay, right? At low ownership, I'm fine taking shots there. I think Miles Turner is definitely my favorite play on the Bucks in a really, really good spot. So I like Miles. All right, Portland, Drew Holiday out, Jeremy Grant out, Scoot Henderson out. Last game, Denny, Klingon, City Sissoko, Tumani Kamara, Shaden Sharp. This is a horrible spot for Denny at 9.7K. We saw OKC double the crap out of him, which is like, OKC doesn't really double anyone, but in their last matchup, I believe he went for like damn near a triple-double. Where is OKC? Here it is. Where is this? Yeah, he did go for a triple-double. Massive triple-double. And still scored 31 points, and they doubled him, right? And OKC is a team that like generally doesn't double. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that again here. They blew him out this game. So they played him twice. This will be the third matchup. Fourth matchup. They played him here again. So if they double him, I think he's fine. It's just a really, really tough spot, especially for a guy like, what am I saying here? You want to target OKC with spot up guys. Like the spot up guys are good, right? Tumani Kamara is in a good spot, but do I want to pay 6K for him in a game that's has always likely to blow out, right? OKC, let me look at the spread. Trailblazers versus Thunder spread. It's going to be like, what? 16.5. That seems wrong to me. But yeah, it's pretty tough sledding here. Kamara's in a good spot, but I don't love the price point. Caleb Love's going to play a decent bit. He'd probably be my favorite play of the Portland guys. I actually do like him quite a bit for value. I'm not going to play City Sissoko. Klingon's in a really bad spot. Shaden Sharp's in a bad spot. Denny's in. Everyone's just in bad spots here. They don't have a ton of spot up guys, which is like what we'd like to attack for Portland. All right, let's move on to OKC. Hartenstein's going to still is going to be out for this game. Excuse me. So yeah, same thing I'm going to say with that Atlanta game. If you think this game stays competitive and you're playing a Portland guy, I think you want SGA on the other side of that. That worked out massively for people who played like Nickeil Alexander-Walker and SGA the other slate. Like I said, like spot up guys up against OKC. Nall had a massive game up against the Thunder, and the game stayed close, and SGA, I believe, was the highest scorer on the entire slate last slate. So if you're playing any Portland, I'd urge you to play SGA. It's a good spot as well. J-Dub, I think, is decent, too, at 7.8K. He'd be my preferred option between him and Chet. Kaysen's fine, but like I said, with no Hartenstein, we just have so much better value, but he's fine. It's okay. I don't mind it. Just large field only. I'm not going to play him in my one lineup tomorrow for sure. And then AJ Mitchell, I guess I'll mention, but the other, like, Chicago value definitely trumps AJ Mitchell for sure. Sorry about stumbling over my words for the last two games. I don't know what that was about. I just like couldn't think for a second, but hope you guys had a great day. As always, I will let you guys know how I do on the slate tomorrow. I'm recording this before today's NBA slate because we have time. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.